Anime North qualified blader. Who do we have with us here today?
OmegaCLK today.
All right. And would you like to give any shout outs before we get started?
I guess. Hey, Spin City. This dork over here. Gangster.
All right. Tell us a little bit about yourself outside of Beyblade.
Outside of Beyblade, I do archery.
Really?
Olympic archery. Have you
Okay.
ever seen that? Outside of that, not really too much. Just play games with the usual stuff that you would say.
Okay. Okay. How would you say those things translate to your game?
I'd say the biggest thing that leads to is mental game. Even if you're not just if you're not always staying calm and making sure you want to be in the right state.
Yeah.
At least knowing where you are, how you feel each launch, it helps a lot. Just to recognize what's on your mind and how it processes it on your launch and what you're choosing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One second. What is your earliest memory of Beyblade?
As a whole?
Yeah.
Back in when Metal Fight was dropping from Hasbro, I think I remember first day, went to Toys R Us and I was at my grandma's house. Me and my brother, we were launching. They flew out of the stadium.
Yeah.
I remember the storm packages just going off onto the table, and you just see it stop spinning upright, right? Because the rubber flat just stops there.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty fun one. It was storm packages in a dark bowl. That was a pretty fun one.
Okay. So, what's your favorite thing about X?
Favorite thing about X? Probably just all the big action you get out of it, right? It's the way everyone describes it is it feels like Beyblade X is what you imagined Beyblade to be as a kid. That's what I like about it. It's just all the big hits that you kind of imagine seeing.
Yeah. They've actually they've made it real.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you or are you a fan of the anime?
I mean, I've kind of been following along with it. I wouldn't say it's fantastic, but I've just kind of been watching the episodes as they come out because I can. It's all right.
Okay. Do you have any peak moments from the anime?
When the screen turns black.
Just end of the episode. Best part. All right. How long have you been playing X?
Since about summer 2024.
Okay. And how long would you say it started taking you to go to locals?
Locals probably around the time when I started. I think I started with the WBO actually. But then it was after that, Bendo was there and he's like, hey, come to Untouch. I'm like, hey, that's sick, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I started joining locals as well.
Okay. So locals and competitive events just straight away.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you want to compete?
I think when I saw X, because I was always into Beyblade.
Yeah.
I got back into Beyblade early spring for Metal Fight.
Okay.
And then got kind of convinced on X soon after.
Yeah.
And I always had the intent of competing with it.
Okay.
So wouldn't really say there's any reasoning besides just I wanted to from the start. Because I just liked the competitive aspect of Beyblade.
Just drawn straight to it.
Yeah.
Okay. What side do you prefer, and what is your go-to strat?
I've been kind of flip-floppy on them a lot, but recently I've been preferring X side. And what I like doing is kind of a weird launch where I tilt backwards and then launch into it like that to get the same kind of thing you would get on B side.
Yeah.
While still having some of the benefits of X side launches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you play your first event?
My first event as a whole?
Yeah.
It was either at High Park or one of his Yankees at Thornhill.
Okay. All right. Do you have a favorite Beytuber or a favorite Beyblade content creator?
I don't really watch too much Beyblade content in general. Okay. I find it just easier to get that in person. I don't feel like I get any news or anything or any combo testing off of Beytubers.
Yeah.
But I guess the one I do really watch is Nizuma.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nizuma's solid. Do you have a favorite Blader IRL?
Gotta give it to my GOAT, Celeste Returner, the Delusions.
The man literally came and took a whole tournament and did not know what first place was. That's Bora, bro.
Yeah, we gave him the badge and he's like, what's this? Yeah. I can't beat that.
Didn't even know about the big grand tournament. Came and took it.
He said, I have to come to Anime North twice now.
Great kid. Would you consider yourself a meta slave or an innovator when it comes to builds?
I am the meta. Jokes aside, I don't know. It's I mean, I guess I do follow meta builds a lot in general. So like, I guess more meta slave. It's not a term I really like. There's a whole rant about that, but we'll save that.
Mhm.
You can call me a meta slave.
Okay. What parts or builds are considered meta that you would not use?
The ones that come to mind are Stamina Shark and Rod Hexa. I generally just don't like passive bits in general. Stamina Shark is just so gambly. I always lose against it. I always lose when I use it.
It's just not for you.
And yeah, I just use Rod on other things than Hexa, so that's just why I don't use that.
Okay. All right. What are your thoughts on the current state of Beyblade X, community-wise, social media, and worldwide?
I think it's in a pretty good state right now. It's like it's going at a steady pace. Like the scene here feels a little stagnant. I think some people have mentioned, but like overall, it's like it's a lot bigger than anyone would have expected it to be, and I think that's really great. It's just keep it up, right? Yeah.
Okay. Do you represent any teams or organizations?
You can see on my jersey right here, Spin City.
Spin City. I don't know how to do the S. They do an S. Where did you secure your spot for Anime North, and what place did you?
Banana's last qualifier before the LCQs this next week. Got 4th place there, bare minimum.
All right. And how did it feel when you got your spot?
That was really gratifying. You know the unshackled. Yeah, that's. I felt like I just kept going, and it's like finally at the end, it's like I'm free.
I'm free. What deck did you use that day and why?
I used AP 170 kick, Shark 360 low rush at Rod 160 level. That's just been my main deck overall. It's been the one that I've done most consistently with. I did top 8 at Michigan. Did top 16 at the Untouched qualifier, top 8 at the Cardboard qualifier, and yeah, just a couple more like solid records with that.
Yeah, a bunch of big tournaments and a good deck. That's good.
Yeah.
Would you consider using that same deck at the final tournament, or are you thinking of switching some things up?
Probably gonna stick with it. If I get a hands on Drawn Strike, I might try that out just because it seems like a fun bay.
New fun drawn bay. Okay, give me 1 second. What's one piece of advice that you would have for newcomers?
The biggest thing I would say is probably you can follow advice from other people and like follow their wisdom, but just take it with a grain of salt always. And especially when people get a little like overly technical with it, it's sometimes just like just toss some of that aside just because some people will go like, oh, they know exactly what's happening scientifically, you know?
Yeah.
Just be a little careful about those because it's like some people just like to sound like they know more than they do.
Yeah.
Or like kind of be super sciencey about it. It's like there's not a whole lot of things like that apply to Beyblade, so just be aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In your words, is Beyblade considered a sport?
I mean, by definition, I think there's a lot of argument like you could call it a sport. I think the thing that just bugs me is like you compare it to other sports and it's like, what are we doing here? It feels like if you want to call it a sport, it's just for the sake of saying, I play a sport.
Yeah.
It's Beyblade. It's like, there's a little bit of things with archery, Olympic archery specifically, being like, oh, it's not a real sport, right? And it's like having to fight that. It's like, on one hand, I get that sort of sentiment.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if I'm trying to argue that archery's a sport, someone goes up behind me and says, "Yeah, Beyblade's also a sport." I'm like, "Hey, let's." So you know.
Okay. Are there any qualified bladers that you do not want to play?
Celis Returner. I'm gonna get my ass beat again.
Okay. Any qualified bladers that you do want to play?
I guess it'd be pretty funny to see Daniel and Jonas' reactions if they get paired into someone's Spin City again.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anybody who hasn't made it yet that you're rooting for that is
Ethan,
going to be
please.
trying in the LCQs.
Nova, please make your way in.
Mr. Nova.
Yeah. We were 3-0 in we were both 3-0 in Banana. I pair into him. I beat him, and then I find out at the end of the Swiss round, he's like, it all went downhill, bro. I lost all my other matches.
No. You got to get that back. Well, final question of the entire interview. Do you think that you're going to be the one of the Bladers in the final stadium fighting for the championship? Or do you think you're going to be the one to take it all?
I'll have to see. I feel good about it, but I'm not sure if I'll be the one on the finals, but I'm gonna give it my best shot, you know?
All right, OmegaCLK, thank you. Well, actually, no. You sat down, you took the time to answer all these questions, and for that, you have 1 minute to give out anything you want to give out, whether it's Beyblade, non-Beyblade related, anything you got going on, anything you want the people to know. 1 minute, the floor is yours.
Gotta shout out my goat Flamingo Poppy for getting me this in the giveaway.
Ooh, Flamingo.
And I guess one big thing, we don't have a lot super set in stone yet, but look forward to Gobble this year. We're gonna be doing Beyblade again. I think it's gonna be fun.
Let's get on my level. That's the convention, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
Okay.
forward to it.
All right, OmegaCLK, thank you so much for taking the time out, and we will see you at Anime North Sunday.
All right. Thank you, good sir.
All right, brother.